What's up, y'all? So AJ Simmons checking in, and today I just want to talk about real quick about okay, you lose your big contract, you don't worked all hard to get it, and what happens when you lose a contract, especially a big one? Because I had somebody who joined CBN. Shout out to him. I won't mention his name because I didn't ask for permission to disclose his information, but he hit me up and he was just like, "Listen, AJ, I just lost my biggest contract." And mind you, he just got started. Like he grew fast too. He got a big contract, a decent sized contract, pretty fast. Then he got a few more after that. And so he hit me, sent me a voice message on Instagram. My Instagram is at AJ Simmons Online, by the way, for those who want to follow me there. But anyway, he hit me up on Instagram, sent me a voice message. He was just like, AJ, I don't know what to do. Like, this ain't falling apart, but I just lost my biggest contract. And I might have to lay some people off because I just hired some VAs, you know what I mean, to do cold call and all of that. But now I'm like, I'm stuck. What do I do, AJ? Then hit me a little bit later and was like, man, I just lost my second biggest contract. They both canceled. Now I mean back to back. So he like, well, what do I do? And so, I hollered at him. I replied to him in there. And honestly, before I could reply, kudos to him, he had replied back to me again and was like, you know what, AJ, I'm good. I was panicking. I was tripping. I got to relax. I'm built for this. You know what I mean? And so that's pretty much along the lines of what I was going to tell him, man, is this. Like, you got to be ready. It's going to happen. Everybody loses a contract. Excuse the hair, y'all. I'm outside today. I'm on my Florida boy stuff today. But anyway, everybody going to lose a contract. It's inevitable. I don't give a damn how good you are. You will lose a contract at some point. And not only a contract, you're going to lose multiple contracts if you stay in business long enough. So here's my advice. And I roll this window up once we get to rolling in case the wind is too bad. But here's my advice. Number one. This is the number one thing. Practice customer retention, y'all, because we always, I'm going to roll the window up now. Hopefully the AC won't be too loud for y'all. But we always practice, customer acquisition. We always looking to get more customers, right? But it's like, well, what are you doing to keep the customers once you get them? And so the number one thing that you can do is clean your ass off, right? Do good cleaning, whether it's you doing the cleaning or whether you got employees or subcontractors doing the cleaning. You got to make sure that the cleaning is getting done right. So how do you make sure the cleaning is getting done right? Well, one, make sure that you hire quality cleaners. If you're in a cleaning business automation program, then you already know I tell y'all the number one secret on how to hire quality subcontractors. All right. But if you got quality, if you got employees, then the number one way that you can do it is just train them well. You know what I mean? Make sure they actually properly train. I think a lot of us in this industry, we rely too much on people having experience already. And you trying to put this thing on autopilot, this and that. Somebody on the internet that sold you the dream and told you ain't got to do nothing. So you just finding people with experience, throwing them in there, and never looking back. And that's for employees and for subcontractors. A lot of y'all doing that. And at the end of the day, that ain't going to work. I'll tell you that now, it's not going to work. So what you got to do is you got to set up a great training program in your company, within your company. Set up some type of in-house training program that's going to get these people to an elite level of cleanliness. You know what I mean? And then understand this. 9 times out of 10, none of your cleaners are going to be A-level cleaners. Only A-level cleaners probably going to be in your business is you. You and maybe whoever your spouse is, right? You and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend or you and your wife or husband. That's pretty much who the A cleaners are because y'all the ones with stake in the actual company. You know what I mean? Everybody else, they just here for the job. You know what I mean? They just trying to get paid. They don't really care. So the number one thing is you got to make sure your training process is tight. And even though they won't never do everything to the T, you make sure you train them to do it that way because you start to set that precedence within your company that this is the standard and this is how we do it around here. I don't care how you did it before you came here, but this is how we do it here when you come around here, right? So that's number one. Number two, and this is just as important as number one, you got to do inspections. You have to have a routine inspection schedule, y'all. And guess what? Expect what you inspect. So if you don't do no inspections, if you ain't inspecting behind your people, I guess I'll go this way now. If you ain't inspecting behind your people, then don't expect that things are great, like good to go. You know what I mean? Like actually check behind their work and make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Because if your workers see that you don't care, you ain't checking behind them, they don't care. They're going to do the bare minimum just to get that check. So you got to have a schedule. I know mine, if I try to remember it off the top of my head, we would do 5-day-a-week accounts. We're checking those once a week for accounts that were like like 3 times a week or 2 or 3 times a week. We check those every other week. And then for anyone less than that, we check them once a month. But you want to do those inspections routinely. And it ain't got to be that often. You can set yours a little bit of a different schedule, but the bottom line is you got to have them. And when I'm doing inspections, sometimes I'm doing a nighttime inspection because I don't want to work the customer too much during the day. But then other times I'm doing daytime inspections so that they can actually see us coming through there. And I come through with the tablet or the mobile app, depending on which one you're using. And if you're in Clean Biz Network, or if you got the calculated Clean mobile app, either one of those apps, but you can pull it up on your phone, and use the inspection report, and then do your inspection on there. Now you look all official because you dressed up. Especially if you go in there during the day, be dressed up. Don't walk in there shit just looking any type of way, thinking, "Oh, I'm the boss, I can do what I want." That's not true. We in B2B. This is business to business. People expect you to handle yourself accordingly. I probably wouldn't even step in there with my hair not done. Just FYI. I'm gonna make sure I got my edge up straight. I'm gonna put on a collar shirt, button down shirt, something. To make it. Be professional. So make sure when you walk in there, you got that part down packed. Then you got your iPad in there, or your tablet in there. You got the mobile app on there, and you notating inspections. And when you first walk in, you just introduce yourself, let them know, like, hey, I'm here for a routine inspection with the cleaning company. So make sure we're doing everything to quality. And before you go forward, ask the gatekeeper, do you got anything you want to add to the report? Ask the PLC before you leave out the building. Make sure you talk to the point of contact, the PLC, and ask them, listen, is there anything that you feel like we could do better with? Is there anything we've been missing? Get that information ahead of time. Get ahead of the complaints. And most importantly, get ahead of them canceling on you. You know what I mean? So that's how you can prevent that going forward. So, one, make sure your training process is top notch. And two, make sure you actually doing routine inspections after hours and during the day. And number three, building that relationship with your point of contact. Like that right there is key as well. Like all of these are most important. I can't even pick one that's more important than the other. But you got to build that relationship with your point of contact, because that's who can save your life. If they ready to switch, if the whole company mad at y'all and they want to switch, with the point of contact like, nah, let me talk to them, because you got a good relationship with them, that'll save you from losing the contract. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all are newer and y'all don't have a cleaning experience. So it's like the best way to get experience is to go through whatever you're going through, right? So if you ain't got the cleaning experience, and guess what? Those complaints is going to be your best teacher. But a lot of times you won't even get the complaints because you ain't got no relationship with the customer. You just showing up at night, cleaning, trying to be a phantom in the night, get in there, get out, and then just get your check. But it's like, nah, build that relationship. Ask questions. Ask them are they happy. Ask them how they feel about the service. You know what I mean? When you first start an account, that very first morning, you're supposed to be on them, whether you pull up on them in person or whether you shoot an email or call them, whatever the case may be. But you're supposed to automatically be on that. Hey, just following up about the cleaning from last night, making sure everything was straight. We didn't miss any trash cans. Is everything in the proper place? Like, how do you feel about the service so far? And if you hit them too early, they might not be ready yet. They'll let you know. Or if you hit them just right, they might say, bam, oh yeah, it was good. However, we missed a couple of things on this and that, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is you're starting to build that relationship. You actually checking with them. You're showing that you care. You know what I mean? And so that goes a long ways with customers. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a great relationship with anybody, period, they'll talk to you before they just go straight to I'm gonna fire you. You know what I mean? This is a deal breaker for me. We out of here. If you don't never talk to them. So that's my 3 things I want to tell you. Like always, and then actually this was before even the 3 things. But always know that for a fact, you ain't gonna keep every customer you get. So just get over that. Don't ever get too right up in your feelings about losing a customer. All right? It's part of the business. It happens. But what we do want to do is we want to do our best to try not to let that happen, period. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. But we want to do our best to never let it happen. All right? And so and you can do that by, 1, having a great goddamn training system in place. 2, by doing your routine inspections. And 3, building that relationship with your customer. All right? So don't panic. You lose a contract, it's all right. You know what I mean? We're not going to die. We're just going to replace it and get some more. And also, too, I want to add this in there before we wrap it up. Make sure you're supposed to, I don't know if y'all heard that phrase, always be higher. All right? Always be higher. Well, you also want to always be looking for customers. So that's a that's a nonstop process. You're always looking for customers, trying to get new customers every single day. You always cold calling, or you got your cold calling, or you doing emails, but you're always trying to acquire new customers. But at the very same time, you're always hiring too. You're always taking applications. You're always interviewing people. You're always trying to see, how can y'all grow and expand? Because guess what? When you lose these contracts, it won't hurt you so bad because guess what? You probably starting another one this week anyway. So that's why you always looking to expand. Don't get a few contracts. You got 10 contracts. You doing your little $7,000 a month. You chilling. You all right. But no, don't get comfortable because guess what? You can lose one at any moment. We got to always be growing. But then we also got to always make sure that we're doing whatever we can do to reduce churn. And when I say churn, I mean the loss of business. You know what I mean? Reduce as many of those that you can to keep your profitability up, keep your revenue, consistent. But then also make sure we're growing at the very same time, y'all. So I'm AJ Simmons. I'm founder of the Clean Biz Network, where we can help you grow, scale, automate your cleaning business. If you're interested in that, make sure you go to www.cleanbiznetwork.app and see how we can help you. If you're not sure, because we do have a lot of different products and services. So when you first go to the website, there will be a survey there. Just fill out the survey. It's a little quick survey, and it'll tell you exactly which product or service will be best for you based on your situation. And holler at us, and let's do business together. All right, I'm AJ Simmons. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all.